Well, the Episcopal Diocese of San Joaquin's been through quite a bit in the past year, but what's wonderful to see is that they have continued on. A lot of people wondered how many would even be continuing on to begin with, and what we have found is a lot more than people ever expected. A lot of parishes, a lot of small missions have continued on in the church. They have continued on in various ministries, reaching out to the poor amongst them, proclaiming the good news, continuing their activities, and rebuilding a diocesan infrastructure. It's been exciting to see. Rather than giving in to the hurt and the anger that would be very easy to do, they instead have chosen to move forward with some real hope, some real boldness, some real joy. It's been wonderful to watch. There's still a long way to go in one sense, but in another sense they are very far ahead. I think a lot of it has been because they have felt great support around them, both support from neighboring dioceses, the various dioceses in the state of California, but also support that they have felt from Episcopalians throughout the country and throughout the church. They have very much realized through this process that they are not alone. In many ways, relationships that weren't there before now have been established, both within and outside the diocese. The future holds great hope for the Diocese of San Joaquin. As the people move forward, they are building on what they have already begun in this past year. Both financially, pastorally, programmatically, they have already started some great initiatives and are building upon that. Now, of course, it will take time. It will take quite a bit of time to really continue to forge ahead. But the beauty is they are doing it. And a lot is said about their leadership in that. Their leaders, both within the diocese and also those supporting them and surrounding them, have really been consistent in saying that the way to move is forward, not to continue looking backwards. The Episcopal Church as a whole is doing quite a bit for the Diocese of San Joaquin. We're doing quite a bit pastorally from day one, from the moment they went through the struggles they went through. They found that there were many on the outside of their diocese who were ready to support them, both bishops and people in the neighboring dioceses, but also as a whole. They found pastoral support from the Office of the Presiding Bishop, from the Episcopal Church Center, from the Office of Pastoral Development, from various and sundry people throughout the church and throughout the country. And so in many and various ways they were well supported pastorally. But it's also gone beyond that. In terms of communication help they have received from, again, the Episcopal Church Center and from others, they found ways to proclaim their message. Who are they as Episcopal Christians? And been able to share that throughout their area, their region. They have found financial support and assistance from the larger church and have been able to help be partners in moving forward together in various ways. So I would say on several levels the diocese has been well supported and continues to be well supported from the leadership within and also the leadership of the larger church. I think the number one thing, we often say, please pray, and we say that very lightly, but there's nothing lighthearted about that. Prayer is much needed, and I think the foundation of what has kept the people of San Joaquin going, and I think will be much needed in the months and years to come. Specifically to be able to pray for their leaders, to be able to pray for persons who are making decisions about how they move forward, to pray very much for the congregations and the ministries that are in that place as they continue to do their work. I also think that beyond the prayer, it's important to find ways to communicate with them. Maybe for Episcopalians to drop a note to the bishop, the provisional bishop of San Joaquin and the diocese, to let Bishop Jerry Lamb and the people there know that they are being prayed for. It's wonderful to pray. It's also another thing to let someone know you are praying for them. I think that would be a very important thing. And finally, I think it's important to continue to support and recognize the work of official support that is received through the Executive Council of the Church, through the offices of the Presiding Bishop, through the President of the House of Deputies, and through all the different ministries out there that are supporting them, to find a way to support those official official structures as they continue to reach out to the people of San Joaquin.